If you are someone who is not sure if they're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship, or if you are in a narcissistic, abusive relationship, or if you've just got out of a narcissistic, abusive relationship, deep dive as well, welcome. You've come to the right place. 5 signs you're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship and you have to leave, and how to cope after. We got a whole lot to talk about, but first, let's breathe. That was beautiful. Let's go, deep divers. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Raising the frequency. Raising the vibration. Sprinkling that good ass energy all over you, deep divers. Take that, take that, take that. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers of planet Earth. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I'm FaceTiming you right now. If you are watching this video, this is your confirmation that the day has come where you now know your true value and everything is beginning to unfold for you in the most amazing way. Has that day come for you, deep divers? Well, it's gonna come after this video, because we're gonna talk about it. 5 signs you're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship and you have to leave, and how to cope after. Someone sent me a message. Deep divers, add me on Instagram at Ralph Smart. Okay? Send your questions, your messages there. They asked Ralph, I'm not sure if I'm in a narcissistic relationship, but I think I am. And how can I cope after? Because I'm thinking of leaving, Ralph. Right? Deep divers, hit that like button. I'm about to go in. If you support the real, hit that like button and share this video, because it's going to help you out and a lot of people. I see so many people, deep divers, who aren't happy in their relationships, who are mistreated in their relationships, who are abused in their relationships, and they settle. That has to stop. Because you didn't come here to settle for mediocre. You came here to love and be loved. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? And we ain't even had breakfast yet, deep divers. 5 signs you're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship and you have to leave, and how to cope after. What a great question. Let me dive into it straight away. So, Greek mythology, Narcissus, right? Fell in love with his own reflection. He reached out to touch his reflection and he drowned. He was that much in love with himself. Well, fast forward to right now, today's modern world. A lot of people are so self-absorbed, and we're living in a narcissistic culture. There's a saying, it goes like this: you've mastered the selfie, now master thyself. Slow motion this side. There's nothing wrong with selfies, deep divers. I take them, the cat down the road takes them. Love yourself, but there's a difference between self-love and narcissism, right? Self-love is where you love yourself, but you want other people to love themselves too. Someone who is narcissistic, on the other hand, they don't love themselves and they don't want you to love yourself either. Because narcissistic people are so self-absorbed They deny themselves the freedom of taking a real look in the mirror and saying, you know what? That's not self-love. That's self-torture. And sometimes in life we find ourselves in a relationship with a narcissistic person. Someone who is so self-absorbed. But how do we know? The first sign you're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship and you have to leave, and how to cope after. We're going to talk about how to cope after, right? Is that you are always wrong. Ladies, fellas, ever been with someone and you're always wrong? They're always right. You're always wrong. They're always right. Don't argue with me. Do as I say, don't do as I do. They blame you for everything. One word, it begins with an A, accountability. They lack it. So, this is the first sign you're in an abusive, narcissistic relationship and you have to leave. If they are gaslighting you, okay? What is gaslighting? They make you doubt your own sanity. They're like, it's all in your head. You're imagining things again. They make you feel like you're going crazy when actually they're the crazy one, right? See how they just turned the table around? You're always wrong. They're always right. And a narcissistic person will never, ever take accountability. So if you're in a relationship right now with someone who is never taking accountability, never saying, you know what? I messed up. I'm sorry. You know what? I could have done better. No, it's always your fault. That's a sign you're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship and you have to leave. You better leave, deep divers, because you are worthy for so much more. The second sign, deep divers, you're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship and you have to leave. And how to cope after. We're going to talk about how to cope after, deep divers. They own you instead of sharing you. You are owned instead of shared. You are owned instead of shared. If you are in a relationship right now and you are a prisoner, you better leave. That's a toxic relationship. So how do people go about owning people in a relationship? Well, you are mine. You are mine. You can't look at anybody else. That's a form of abuse. Give me your phone. I'm confiscating it. I'm confiscating it right now. Deep divers, give it to me. And you've got a curfew. Bossy boots, right? That's a sign you're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship and you have to leave. Because you see, the water relationship I talk about, because there's a Coca-Cola relationship and then there's the water relationship. The water relationship is sharing. Nobody owns each other. We share each other. What? Slow motion this side. But you are in a narcissistic, abusive relationship if they're like, I own you. You are my property. You better leave because nobody owns anybody. We are experiencing each other. The third sign, you're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship and you have to leave, and how to cope after. We're going to talk about how to cope after. It's always about them. That's number 3. They always have to have all of the attention. And you see, a narcissistic person never reaches out. They never ask, how was your day? But they always expect you to ask them, how was their day. They're not interested in you. To them, you're nothing more than a, background character in the relationship, a background extra in the relationship. And that's a sign you're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship. If it's always about them, they don't listen to you, they don't even see you, you don't even exist, you're a prop. What is the fourth sign? You're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship and you have to leave, and how to cope after. Don't worry, deep divers, we're going to talk about how to cope after. They embarrass you in front of your friends. They insult you in public, call you names. They embarrass you in front of your family, and they don't support you. You have to know that's not love. Someone who loves you is always going to have your back. They're always going to root for you, support you, stand by your side. Deep divers, if you are around someone right now who insults you, cusses you out, makes you a laughing stock in front of other people that you both know, my friends, you're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship and you have to leave. And what is the fifth sign? You're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship and you have to leave, and how to cope after. We're going to talk about how to cope after, deep divers, don't worry. Number 5, you have allowed yourself to be their doormat. I say you because yes, now you have to take some responsibility to say, you know what? I have power and I have handed over my power to them. I have allowed myself to be their doormat. They see you beneath them. To them, you are so beneath them. And that's how you know you're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship. You are in a narcissistic, abusive relationship if they always see you beneath them. Now, how do we cope after, deep divers? The solution, that's what I do right here on Infinite Waters. Once again, tail backing off number 5, you have given them that permission to use you as a doormat. Right now, you have to say enough is enough. I am no longer going to be your doormat. I am no longer going to be gaslighted. I now know my value, and you must know your value. This is how to cope after. True value is internal. What? Slow motion this side. You must get that into your mind every single day, because we end up in narcissistic, abusive relationships because we are seeking external validation, and we get out of them when we now realize our true value is internal. How you cope after a narcissistic, abusive relationship. Okay, right now your self-esteem is low, your confidence is low, and you have to form a better relationship with yourself right now. The greatest relationship you can have is with yourself. You better love yourself. You better hug yourself. You better do a little samba, baby. Raising the frequency. You better realize that there is someone out there who's going to honor you, who's going to love you for you. Go where you are celebrated, not where you are tolerated, deep divers. And you better know your worth. You better stop trying so hard for people who don't give a shit. You better stop trying so hard for people who don't care. You better stop trying so hard for people who don't see you. You better stop trying so hard for people who ain't even bothered. This is how you cope after. a narcissistic abusive relationship, you now say, you know what? I know my value. I know my value. I know my worth. And I am good enough. I don't need your validation anymore because my true value is internal. And if you didn't appreciate my beautiful presence, you are going to have all the time in the world to appreciate me in my beautiful absence. What? Slow motion this side. Deep divers, hit that like button right now. Hit that like button right now. Hit that like button right now, because I know someone out there needs to see this video. I know someone out there, someone you know, needs to see this video. Share it with your girlfriend, ladies. Share it with your friends, fellas, your family members. And then just say, "Feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello?" There. Beautiful deep divers. I'm just, whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Go and check out the new book, Deep Divers, for more powerful, life-changing information just like this. Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book, the Bible of becoming your greatest version. Also, go and get the good ass prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. If you're a sexy ass model, woo, with a whole lot of heart, you want to model the clothing? You want to model the clothing? Well, go and buy some. Here to remind you, deep divers, that you are good enough, you have enough, and you are enough. Don't allow someone to mistreat you. Don't allow someone to abuse you. You better know your worth. I like that. One love, deep divers. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. Yo! Once again, deep divers, hit that like button and share this video with a friend, someone who needs it right now, because a lot of people are in abusive relationships, especially in this modern day world, deep divers. Share it right now, okay? And leave a comment down below of gratitude and appreciation, and let me know how this video resonated with you. One love. Peace.